Mm-hmm.
All right.
Welcome to the Real Ninja Reviews podcast. I'm your host, Power Impact Comics. I'm here with my homies. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves?
Hold on, it's your boy Nicest.
Smitty Smith here. Y'all already know what it is.
Goodbye.
Venom trailer reaction, yo.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this trailer. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much. Normally, I like to talk, but let's go ahead. Let's
Well,
hit
to
this
give us
trailer
something, give us a little something. So I didn't see the first movie. So what are you expecting from this, real quick? In 10 seconds.
Oh, easy. I'm really expecting it to be like, obviously it's a sequel, but I'm hoping that with the Venom, with this movie, that they kind of do a little better of introducing Carnage, like they kind of did in the first one. I don't want to spoil that for the people who haven't really watched it, but they kind of led it to where it's going to be like two. Dang,
Right.
that came out so wrong.
Oh, you got it though. Hey, we get right into it.
Hell yeah.
I say either, you say either, I say neither, and I say neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up. Excuse me. Yummy.
Cooking for babe.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function how, Mrs. Chen?
He says
Like a
hi.
straight up good dude.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as one.
Was
Is
he Eddie
the
Brock?
loneliest number.
Cause
Yeah, he's Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Same.
Hard.
Decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you
Oh man.
so much.
Off of Boy Willie.
Soon come chaos.
Shit.
Chaos soon come.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
The word I was actually looking for was continuation of the first one. That's what I was looking for.
Is
It
it?
wasn't coming
Do
out
it look like it? Do it look like that's what it is?
Yeah, no, it definitely is a continuation from the first one, like after the ending from the Asian lady, Mrs. Chin, and all
Hey,
that. Like I said,
that Ravencroft. What? I feel like I seen that in another something. Was it in Batman?
Ravencroft is like another prison.
Oh
in
yeah,
Marvel.
okay, with villains. Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
They have
Somewhere.
Ravencroft, they got the Vault, they got many different ones, but that one specifically is for like hardcore criminals.
So
Yeah, it look
are they gonna go with the separation anxiety look?
With Carnage, probably,
Yeah, with
but
Carnage.
probably, but what I would tell y'all is that it doesn't follow particularly the comic books in a way, because obviously they don't use Spider-Man and how Eddie Brock got the symbiote suit, so it goes in somewhat of a different direction. So you got to watch the first one to understand the second one.
That's why, because I love Spider-Man so much. And excuse me, I just
It's
without having
hard.
trying to get into a Venom story without it originating with
From
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
being directly involved. Like what the yo, come on. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna get over myself. I'm gonna watch it. This trailer is actually really, really good. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
interested.
yeah. The first, like I said, the first Venom is okay if you could get past the fact that Spider-Man is not even mentioned. If I remember correctly, he's not even mentioned. So, because of the whole, money thing and Sony, and Spider-Man is part of
MCU.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe
Right.
now.
We got to make sure we made a note of that. This movie is not a part of the MCU. All right. It
Right.
is
It is
not
a
a part of the
standalone
MCU.
film that they decided to do. See, that's the thing that I don't like about when, different companies own different characters and stuff like that, because it gets confusing to people. And then, you want to see these characters in the same universe, but, some money issue. And, so, Marvel wants to get their characters back, but, they already had to pay a hefty price for X-Men, Spider-Man. They had to work out a deal because Sony ain't just giving that up,
And they got those
willy-nilly.
from Fox too. They bought X-Men and stuff from Fox, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
did
I'm sorry, I
Sony
said
did
Sony.
Sony have
Yeah, Fox.
not that I mean it's only a handful of the big studios. So
Yeah, they got that from. I mean, but they could if they wanted to because of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. They literally
can't wait for
could
that, man.
somehow. Huh?
Can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, they could add this Venom universe into the MCU if they wanted. I don't know if they are, but that's a way to do it with the Multiverse of Madness, because they're doing all that multiverse stuff. So now you can start adding in characters that maybe, work out that deal. But again, it's money.
Yeah, it's
So
money.
if they see the money, they'll do it. If they feel like they can make some money off of it.
So how do you feel about this movie and the direction it's going by the trailer? What do you feel, and how do you feel? Anything with Woody Harrelson in it is a solid casting in my book. So, with who he's going to be playing, who are they having as Carnage in this movie?
You talking about the actor or like the actual?
No, I mean the actual character.
Okay, so Cletus Cassidy is actually like a serial killer.
Yeah.
And what makes him so different from Venom is that the Carnage symbiote actually went in his bloodstream, when it bonded to him. So it also, because that Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer, has no boundaries, it kind of makes him kind of stronger than Venom. In a sense.
That was always the dopest part of me, the Carnage part. I like the berserker. I like the angry, unhinged character. It's got a delivery. That's always dope to me. So yeah, so seeing how they gonna do Cassidy on this, man, I'm super interested to see. Man, Woody Harrelson gonna be able to pull this shit off too.
Yeah, and Carnage had different type of power sets. People understand the comic books back then, like when they did Maximum Carnage and all that. That storyline was really, really dark, and they show Spider-Man and his investigations and stuff of how he used to investigate and all those type of things. And it wasn't quote unquote as politically correct or sensitive as it is now, as most people would say with the social justice. But I would say that they might, take it back to the old school, because most of these movies do that. They take it kind of old school, and the old school part is always the centerpiece, and then they always add their own twist to it. So we'll see what Carnage power is going to be.
You think they're gonna go Maximum Carnage?
Yeah, I think they're going to go old school with his powers and stuff, where he absorbed life force. Because, like I said, he Carnage did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Carnage went hard, and he got the shape shifting, but the way his came about, and how angry, and I won't say angry, how lethal his stuff is.
Right.
Everything he did was lethal. So that's what I'm saying. How they're going to depict that, but it's all CGI. I mean, the technology can handle it, obviously, because it already, from what they shown, looks pretty decent.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like Marvel's Joker, between him and Green Goblin. Like, he was supposed to be some form of the Joker.
I was just
just
about
with
to. I was about to
superpowers.
say, B, do you think they're gonna introduce more villains in this next movie?
For Venom,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Carnage, and then they might use like for Venom, all his bad guys are going to be symbiote based. So after Carnage, it will be another symbiote who has to be, stronger than uh Carnage. And the only villain that I could think of that they would do would be Null. But then Null is such a powerful entity that it wouldn't make sense for them to do like a Null movie without the greater Marvel involved in that type of movie. Because I think they're trying to do a trilogy, but I can't see them doing Null because that wouldn't make any sense
That's what I
without.
was. I don't think this is gonna be the last movie, especially if it's good.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And all Venom's villains will be based off of all the symbiotes. And there, what they might do is, I think one symbiote, I think his name was Scream. I could be wrong on that. I gotta relook at it. And he was like really powerful, so they might use him. I mean, they got so many different symbiotes, honestly, that have all unique abilities, unique personalities. They could do like more movies, but I think they want to do a trilogy.
And that's where the separation anxiety. That's why I was asking you think they're gonna go to separation anxiety route, because they already going maximum carnage. So, well, you think they're gonna go maximum carnage, and I'm asking if you think even past that, because I think, as you were saying, I think they're gonna try to pack as much of this, as much in as they possibly can. You said you don't think they'd go as far as having Null, actually introducing Null into the movie universe or whatever, but
I
they
can see that because no, he's so powerful that I mean they probably would, but it would see that, like I said, it's just for me, how you gonna introduce someone who's considered the god of the symbiotes, and the only person he's fighting is Venom. Like that to me just wouldn't. That's like saying Thanos was introduced, but he only fought the Hulk or something.
right.
And we saw what he did to the Hulk. So it's like, yeah, how you gonna do Infinity War with just only the Hulk? So it's like I could see, like, if they're gonna introduce some Null, then they have to put him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like that has to be a thing in order for this. But like I said, it'll be another symbiote anyway, because like I said, they have all types of different symbiotes. They had a symbiote in Wakanda. Uh, he had his own personality, own unique skill set.
I'm about to say they probably got a whole symbiote army somewhere for real.
They do. But symbiotes they're parasites. They're actually
Yep.
living things. So
Yeah, but so they got their own personalities and stuff. That's why,
yeah,
right, with Carnage mixing with a psychopath like
it
Cassidy.
works perfectly for him. And that's why he's so strong, because he has no filter. Like unlike Venom, because you're only as what your host is. And even though you're strong, your host can also hold back the symbiote. And with Cletus Cassidy, like I said, you're a serial killer. So you already know he's
Yep.
cool with killing. So the symbiote could do whatever it wants.
Yep. Yeah, that's why
Completely.
I want to see how they're gonna do this. I'm actually interested in this. I because I like Carnage, just simply because I like
It's
Carnage.
just it feels weird without Spider-Man, though, to be perfectly honest. Like all of it, like when I watched the Venom movie, I was like, this kind of feels weird to watch how they changed up a lot of stuff, because without having to say Spider-Man or introduce Spider-Man, and
without Peter Parker and Eddie Brock's whole dynamic, it makes
because
no
you don't see
sense.
nothing like that.
It makes no sense. I'm not a fan of that
They
idea.
altered a lot of that.
Mhm.
Because they had to fit into the movie, so they did some alterations and stuff, and it's like, wow, like they left the part where I mean, spoiler warning, spoiler. Anyway, I just wanted to do that. Truthfully though, they kept the fact that he was struggling as a reporter, but like I said, they don't really mention Peter Parker. They don't mention, if I remember correctly, he didn't even work for the Daily Bugle or Planet. One of them daily ones. I'm forgetting which one, because Superman and Spider-Man, they got Daily Bugle. I think it's Bugle.
Without Spider-Man there, and looking at Tom Hardy, I seriously thought that he was Flash. I really did. Without watching the movie, I just assumed he was Flash.
Like Flash Thompson.
I just did. I mean, I'm sure it's not very.
He looked like he
you
could play
know.
Flash Thompson, but then that'd be Agent Zero. So he could have played Agent Zero, which is I mean, I said Agent Zero. I'm sorry, Agent Venom.
Yeah.
So he could have done that too. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. They got so many ways that they could go, and it, like I said, just feels weird without
Yeah, you can't
the dude who started it all.
all the jealousy, all the hate that he had, all of that envy, all of those emotions that led him to cohabitating with that symbiote. I mean, not cohabitating, but
Yeah, bonded with the symbiote,
Yeah,
and the
it's weird,
symbiote is
man.
self-hating Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and how because it used to bond with Peter, it doesn't affect his spider sense. So he's like one of the few that could sneak up on Spider-Man, and if he want to kill Spider-Man, he could because
Yeah, he was him.
he doesn't activate his spider sense, and he knows the secret identity and all that. So Venom always had that leg up, and yeah,
But
unfortunately for fans of that, they take that away in the first one. It was rumored that Spider-Man was supposed to be in this, but that was just a rumor that's not happening.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't even get how this is even possible. Even me saying I want to see the second movie, and now I'm thinking about it hard. I think it was just the excitement of watching a new trailer and a flashy, nice looking rapper, but
Think
not
they
having
gonna
Spider-Man.
make a video game out of this?
No,
Nah.
they can't. It's not even possible. Just from what we was just saying, Spider-Man ain't in it. They don't have the rights to Spider-Man. He can't be in the movie. The character can't be in the movie. No Peter Parker.
If they're gonna do a game, it would be like Spider-Man, kind of like the Super Nintendo Maximum Carnage. They'll probably do that again.
Carnage went hard. One of the best beat 'em up games ever, yo.
Right? They'll probably do that before.
My bad. Separation anxiety. Wait, I'm getting them confused. No, Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety.
Yeah, Separation Anxiety was part 2. Maximum Carnage was 1.
Separation Anxiety. I just recently had Separation Anxiety up until my previous move. I had it with my Sega cartridges.
Yeah, they said Carnage was hard. I don't remember because I don't even remember if I beat that.
Again,
honestly,
difficult.
It was real hard.
That game, Separation Anxiety, going the Sega Hall of Fame, the Sega Marvel game Hall of Fame with the Punisher. Punisher game. That Punisher game is one of the best games ever made. One of the best games on Sega, definitely. But Separation Anxiety is up there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be excited because Carnage is in it and all that. So we'll definitely see on that. Man. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with the first one. I know a couple people did because they was just like, man, this is dumb, just based off of fact. Because kind of like with you, Smitty, their mind was like, we're Spider-Man, but
I ain't gonna bash it though. I just didn't watch it. I'm not gonna bash it and tell because it might be a good movie. And I also understand, we mature enough to understand and experience enough in this culture to know that these movies ain't gonna follow the comic books. A lot of
100%.
times, a lot of times they don't even follow it 50% like this. So
Infinity War. The Infinity War didn't really follow the comic books either. It just took the basis of Infinity War and then they changed some stuff.
They took the outline and it wasn't even a good solid outline. Even with them taking the outline, they missed a whole bunch of stuff. I don't like how they did Civil War at all. It was
Civil War. Yeah, they changed some stuff in Civil War.
I'm talking about the OG story. I'm not talking about the movie itself. I'm talking about the story that was supposed to be from the original source material. Man, come on, dog. You can't. They did the Civil War dirty as fuck.
Which one or 2? Because 2 sucked. I'm gonna tell you that now. Civil War 2.
I'm talking about the original one.
Okay, the first one.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
and you talking about the comic book, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the original comic book release.
Okay, now I was making sure I was following you because I was like, that one was long, and how they did that, I was just like, yeah, that's it. The first one was cool, but the second one was even worse because the second one, how they had that set up, and it was like Iron Man versus Captain Marvel, and then it was like a philosophical battle But it was like, it's almost like they made it, and that's why I was doing that on Power Impact Comics, and I was going to put on Real Ninja Reviews about how they mistreated Captain Marvel, because they made her look so bad in Civil War 2. It wasn't even funny how bad she looked.
I don't even watch fucking Captain Marvel.
No, man, it's important, bro. Captain Marvel, especially even in the timeline of the Marvel phase, phase 3 movies and stuff. Even her space in the phase 3 movies as well as the phase 4 movies, it was super important. Like, it would be news saying she's such a dope and important character. They did her dirty. They did her dirty.
They've made this
character memorable.
Yeah, but they made her that's why I wanted to do, and I've been working on it, because they've made fandom like dislike her, especially when her movie first came out. People really like hated her, and you have YouTubers and people just like dissing the character.
Ain't nobody perfect in terms of the people and the actors, but we gotta know that these misogynistic fanboys are out here, just like the racist fanboys be out here. So they be down to bash anybody. They were just mad that Brie Larson ain't like fine. She ain't like a sex symbol, and she wasn't presented as a sex. That's what these dorks. That's a lot of the times they won't say that. You know, they're gonna try to mask and veil their misogyny and other things, like, oh, she's not accurate, she doesn't look like her. That's all physical shit. Like, what are you talking about? You talking about her physical stature and her sex appeal for the most part. And yeah, amongst that, and I think her story, like you said, that was weak for the movie. That Captain Marvel was one of my favorite characters, because I got hip to her late. Honestly, I got hip to Captain Marvel late, and she was always one of my favorite characters whenever I played on any of the games. So, and then I started looking into her backstory and looking at Monica Rambeau and all of the different, Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, and you know what I mean. They could have did better, bro. But I'm not about to bash the actress, because she ain't do a terrible job, and
no, she didn't.
So,
but
yeah.
Also, Kevin Feige came out and was like, she's the strongest Avenger and all that, and that rubs people the wrong way, because they was implying she was stronger than Hawk and Thor, and like you said, with the misogynistic people, they was like, and was like, calm down.
And the mugs know that she can hold her own with them. Now, like say, for him to just be like she hands down stronger than them, now that ain't right. You can't be doing that shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do that video, because I'm still working on it. But I wanted to talk about stuff like that, because that's why I said I blame more Marvel because of how they market the character. Mm-hmm. Their marketing strategy was so horrible with her. Like,
they could have made her bad. They could have made her badass. She should have been hard.
She should have been better than what. Yeah, she should have been better and more likable. And then when you talked about the comic book, Civil War 2 comic book even made it worse, because you had an Inhuman who could predict the future. Spoilers, by the way. You had an Inhuman that could predict the future, and it's a possible future. Like, he will say, well, this can happen. And so her goal was to stop it before it happened. Tony positioned like they didn't commit the crime. So because they didn't commit the crime, we can't just be gelling people because they didn't commit that crime. It's possible they commit the crime, but they haven't done it yet. And that's how that clash went about. And that also caused the death of War Machine, by the way. It caused War Machine to get killed when they preemptively strike Thanos, who didn't really do anything yet, but he was supposed to.
Yeah, they knew. They thought they knew what was about to happen, what was about to pop off.
So, yeah, I mean, that's I wanted to do a video on that too, because like I said, she's a much better character than people are giving her credit for. And I also want to point this out, because we kind of went away from Venom real quick. But I do want to point out real quick that for people who was talking about Rogue, about what they should have used Rogue instead of Captain Marvel, and they talked about the 93 X-Men and all that. I want people to understand, in the 93 X-Men, when Rogue was doing all that flying and punching and stuff, she was using Captain Marvel's powers, except at the time her name was Miss Marvel. That was Captain Marvel's power. That is not Rogue's natural power. Rogue's natural power is that she absorbs energy and life force. Is this that she held on to Carol Danvers for too long and obtain part of
The
her
whole
personality and
X-Men
everything.
crossover too coming.
Huh?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Hell no. We wish. I mean, we want a
That'd be
proper
hard.
X-Men situation forever, but
think it ever
Yeah,
be
they may not do an
Marvel
X-Men.
universe movie.
yeah. B-Do was talking about how because people got this inflated image of Rogue for real because they basically think that Rogue is basically people looking at the X-Men cartoon Rogue and not realizing that what they like about Rogue is basically Captain Marvel. I mean, the flying, the super strength. I mean, and except Captain Marvel had lasers and shit. So on top of the strength and the flying and you know what I'm saying, being
Yeah.
dope. So yeah. It's a solid point. Solid ass point, be new. But yeah, so you got last thoughts when you get out of here. I think we
Nah, I don't got no last thoughts. Just when this movie come out, we gonna see it. We gonna review it. Hey, I'll let you know if it's trash. If it's trash, we gonna say it's trash. If it's good, we gonna say it's good. If it's regular, like Mortal Kombat, we gonna say it's regular. You know,
extra regular.
I'm just excited for the fight scenes. I want to see Carnage and Venom go at it. I want to see like how they put that shit together. So like
the choreograph.
Yeah, Godzilla and King Kong, that wasn't a letdown, and Mortal Kombat wasn't a letdown with the fight scenes. So I'm excited for that part at least.
Yeah, they messed up with they messed up more. We didn't talk about how they messed up adding people into Mortal Kombat that didn't need to be in the shit multiple times on multiple episodes. Yeah. So all right, man.
Yeah.
I think we out on this one though.
All right, peace out, y'all.
Follow, drop a like, all that.
All right, follow, like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple
Twitch.
Podcasts, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Stitcher, Google Play.
Local grocery store.
Holla at us.
This dude said grocery store.
Peace.